Just so you guys know, I'm having technical difficulties with the OBS. I'll be right back when I have it all fixed, so sit tight. Alright guys, I got it back. So, now here we are. My name is Erados12, and what's up guys? Today, well, here's what happens. Well, it's been a while since I've actually streamed, per se. But now that I'm back, we're going to work on some stuff. So let's see what we got planned for today. Well, we've got a Bipod, an x22, an x16 scope, and a few guns. The RPK, the L96A1, and possibly the Drangunov. I don't know if the Drangunov is actually going to be in the game, because it's not really used that much, but it might work. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what we've got in attachment storage. This. That's right folks, if you look at it, it's a bipod. And apparently this thing can actually use hinges pretty well when welded. So yes, believe me, it works. But the only problem to this is that this bipod is actually going to be anchored or whatnot in the game. So when it's applied, it is usually and always applied before you enter the game. Yes, it is applied before you enter the game. If you don't believe me, think about it. When this thing gets welded to the gun, right? It's usually welded with a lot of parts in it, a lot of welds that, you know, make it stay in the place that it is. However, I think that is not actually a good idea. So in that case, every weld is going to be broken from the bipod for like every part. So basically for everything that's there, there's going to be cycling through all the welds in the handle. And when we get to the one that is actually not supposed to be there, we'll delete it. And boom, there you have it. We can start from scratch. Everything gets anchored, such and such, what and what. Yeah. Basically a masterpiece. So, let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, put the bipod back. So now we go straight to the settings, go to attachments, and then we're going to add in the bipod. So let's do this. We're going to copy this. So let's see, I'm going to do bipod. Now I'm thinking about adding like some kind of dynamic thing which actually listens for like, you know, bipod stuff. Or not really bipod stuff, but like, you know, gun types. If it's LMG, if it's sniper, anything that you can use a bipod, that would be fine. So let's see if we can actually make it happen. So what are we going to do first? Well, the first thing we're going to do to make it happen, since we want to have all LMGs and use bipods, instead of just having like every gun there to like make it too long, I'm first going to do bipod. Going to do gun bipod. And this is going to be under barrel. Now on the M60 you would usually think the under barrel, but actually there's another thing we're going to do. We're going to do other instead. Other node. Now that's a false for sure, like, you know, it's not a black scope. And this is a scope, or actually an attachment that can be used to assist aiming near a platform or other mountable area. So basically what I'm saying is that this bipod is going to actually introduce the concept of bipoding. Sort of like what you would find in Battlefield 4 or 3 if it's possible. And in that case, if you want to bipod, you're going to need one of these. But wait a minute, how the heck are you going to even use all of this? I mean, the RPK and RPD do use bipods, but so does the Drangunov, but not the AK. Of course not. The AK is an assault rifle. So in that case, what are we going to actually have to do is this. We're going to have to find out if we can restrict it. So in that case, we go to inventory service, we go to attachment restriction, and we start working. So that means one thing. Attachment restriction. Oh, what's that? Anyways, yeah, I'm not going to be working very much after this because my mom has to use the computer right after me, which is lucky. But anyways, I'm thinking of doing something with the restriction and I just don't know where to find it. I mean, is weapon included? Oh yeah, forgot about that. Weapon. Instead of doing weapon name, we're going to do weapon and this is going to be criteria instead. It's going to be criteria for a reason, mainly because it's criteria. And by the way, if you didn't know, there was another thing we had down here called len, but that does not work because apparently Roblox sandboxed the thing, meaning that you can't really use len because it's only used on user data. Yeah. Anyways, this criteria. Now, the reason why I'm making this criteria is because if you want to make something good that actually uses like not just the name of the weapon, but also it can use like the type, then you have to make sure that you have criteria instead of weapon. You have to make sure it's specific. So in this case, it's going to be criteria. So your local criteria equals that if criteria, return criteria. Else, if the key is weapon included, then we have to return the function where you have to supply a weapon object, specifically a tool. The reason why we have to use tools is because it helps differentiate the weapons. And it's actually not a big of a difference. Like, all you have to do is turn off requires handle, and you don't have to worry about the grip being created. So now I'm going to do if v equals weapon.name or v equals weapon dot gun type dot value. Then this is result equals true. So in that case, what do we do? Well, here's what I'm thinking. Go to attachment, and then this is the restriction for sure. So now we got to do apply, and let's see here. What do we have? I know we have the laser and stuff, but now we need to actually do this right. So, yeah. Here's what I'm thinking. We go to the menu UI, we go to loadout, we go to gun appearance, and we find the appearance controller. Now, when we use the controller, what are we going to find? Well, we need to add an attachment, or do we? Probably not. Criteria is less than 1, or is weapon included? Just put weapon, because you want to make sure that it's working right, of course. And then you just add the attachments and stuff, and you're good. So what's next? Well, the next thing we're going to actually do is that we are going to, I think we're going to do this. We're going to add in the bipod attachment. So now that's, cleared up. You can actually do that now. So let's go to attachments. And we're going to add in LMG and then sniper. So these are the two types that you can use it on. So let's see if it actually works. Let's try it out. And then when I come back after this break, we are going to start working on a few other things. So yes, we are going to get started right now. Yeah, it should be up, but I don't know what happened. Oh wait, attachment, get length of field weapons. It's supposed to be criteria. So there we go. We have it. So now we go back here. Assault. I'm actually going to see if it's on the LMG. So, yeah. Let's see if we can find out if it's there. Attachments. Gun bipod. Hey, that works. Okay. That works. So now we need to do is we need to figure out Another thing is we're going to be sprucing up some things too. Forgot to mention that in the title, but we're supposed to be sprucing things up. You know, cleaning up bugs that you wouldn't regularly find. Now let's actually fix that description because I feel like I misspelled it by accident. Yep, I did. I pressed W instead of E near a platform or other mountable area. So now we got that. I'm going to go straight to assault. Actually, not assault, shock. Shock. And then we go to the bipod. Can't apply it yet because, as you can see, there is no other node. Now in this case, I'm going to have to upgrade other. So let's do that. Let's actually do that. So I'm going to go here. This is fine. I'm going to put in other because we're going to be adding this. I was just thinking about this. Like, the only way this will work is if there's an other node. Because the underbarrel is mainly used for like lasers and stuff. So now we got that, and we're going to go to loadout package, other, other, and other. So basically, what did we actually just do? Well, what we did for sure was we oh boy. What we actually did was we took other, or we took the table and we just added like the other node. So the next thing we're going to do is attachment. And else if att.type equals bipod and att.slot equals other. Now on snipers, the other node can consist of many things. They also have a tracker node as well, for ballistic trackers and other things like that that track ballistics. I know what you're thinking. The ballistics tracker is garbage. Don't do it. But I'm thinking about adding it anyway. But you gotta remember one thing though. Using this is not easy because you gotta remember that the enemies mostly have AK-47s. So sniping them would be really hard if they see you. Anyways, let's just get straight to work on the bipod. Or actually, let's just look at it real quick. So we get LMG and sniper. I think this is going to be a... yeah, bipod. Instead of other, it's going to be bipod. So now we've got all these parts, and we still have a node, right? So let's actually get started on the node part. So let's see. I'll go to the menu server first before I do anything. Other. You can't really use the ballistics tracker if you have the bipod because it doesn't make sense. Simple as that. So basically, in some snipers, you will get a bipod by default because of the fact that the other uses mainly like stuff like the ballistics tracker, things like that. Stuff that you wouldn't expect to be on the side of the gun. Expect to be on the side of the gun. And when it does that, then it's just going to be on the side of the gun, period. There's not going to be anything like really there. So now we've done this. Let's just get to the chase. And actually do what we need to do. Oh, okay, so you can call it. Now I remember doing that. Yes. Attachment catch. We're going to do. I think it's called other. Yeah, it's other. Now we've done that. Now we can get straight to it. We can also get rid of this package slot because I don't think it's needed anymore. So let's actually get to the chase. So we got the bipod. And the next thing we need to do is we need to take out the M60. So we got the M60, and now we're going to go to it. And look where the bipod needs to be placed. So the bipod needs to be placed around, I would suggest we do it, gosh, what is wrong with my mouse? Right here, like right under there. So now I'm going to find out if we can do that. So I'm going to go to the underbarrel node and copy that, put that forward, up it a little bit. I'm going to call it other node. So basically I got that right. So now we just put that in the attachment storage, or actually in gun models. Now let's see if it works. If it does, you should see a bipod somewhere on the gun. And if it doesn't, well, you know what that means. And something's wrong here. Package slot. Oh yeah, I forgot. Package slot was there. Well, it's time to get rid of package slot because we don't need it anymore. So now let's actually get started. So here we go. I'm going to go to shock, primary, M60. Probably going to put a leafy camo on it. This is the M60 without the bipod. So now you can add a bipod like this. And apparently it is going too much forward. I think I can fix that. So let's actually look at the bipod and see what's wrong with it. I know there's something wrong because I forgot to prepare it correctly before the stream. So let's see where the front surface is at. And when you're building, or whatever you're doing, you want to make sure you find the front surface. So in that case, I think I found it. It's right here. And it's pointing that way, so I'm going to do 0. And actually I'm going to do 90. Negative 90 specifically. Because I want this to be like a certain way so that when you try it, you'll be able to see it equipped properly on the gun. So let's try it out. So let's try it again. Sorry. Gosh, what is wrong with my voice? So, yeah. First thing I'm going to do is we are going to look at the shock class. Do the M60. Alright, the M60 looks pretty good for a camo, a leafy camo. Now I'm actually going to put on the attachment. And actually, I think the attachment needs to be a certain way. Because right now it feels like it's welded upwards instead of downwards. So, let's see what we got here. Let's see, I'm going to do a 180 on the Z-axis. Is that wrong? I don't know if it's right or wrong. But if it's wrong, you will see. So I'm going to put that there. And now the next thing I'm going to do is go to the assault, actually the shot class, because that's where the bipod is located. And I'm going to do leafy, do an attachment, add on the gun bipod. Oh wow, look at that. It fits perfectly for me to use. See that? It actually fits in. However, there is one slight problem with the bipod. Or is there? Probably not. Yep, it's not. There's no problem with it. It's the way it's configured. Anyways, I think we've finished that part. So the bipod actually works. Yeah. Works pretty good. So now what we need to do is that I'm going to take a break. One, not just to get food, but also to get the x22 night scope. Because we're going to be doing something special with that scope. So keep that in mind. Anyways guys, I'll be right back after this break. Alright guys, I'm back. Just had to take a little food break and then I got started on the scope. So as you can see here, or actually you can't really see it, let me just turn off the events real quick. As you can see here, there's a zoom value. Now you're wondering, what is that? Why are you using values? Well, here's the reason why. The reason why I'm using values is because it'll be easier for me to tell which one it is and stuff. I could put it in something like a table, but then again, maybe not. This is just quick, you know. Anyways, this is what I'm thinking. Extra data should be something you do later. So I'm thinking instead of this, here's what we could do. We could go to here, delete the zoom, and then we just do this. We go to attachment, and then we find out what the data is. So it'll be like att.extra data equals this. And then we'll do function attachment set async, or actually set data, and the name value. Okay, and then we'll do self.extra data name equals value, and then, and by the way, these scopes are supposed to provide a certain zoom and stuff. Then again, maybe not. I actually got an idea. Instead of doing this, this is what we'll do. So if you have extra data you want to put in, you just put it into a table. So it'd be like args5, and this is args6, that's args7, and this is 8. Anything past 8 is different. So here's how that works. So we go to the attachments. If we can find the attachments. And then we'll do arg6 is the black scope. So we'll do this, this, and this. So that you'll basically have a range of items to choose from. Once you find your attachments, you're good to go. So I'm going to go to false, do that, and whenever you have attachments restrictions with criteria that's not even in there, for example, if there's no criteria in the table, then that means that any weapon can use it, but it's supposed to be an exception. So we're going to make one. Probably next time we will work on this, but it will be a thing where if you have a certain regular expression, such as, for example, let's just say you put n and then the little thing, the line, I forgot what they call it. It's a line in which you can type and use, I think it's like shift or something like that. Anyways, it's supposed to be a really special line. Anything on the bottom of the key is the first thing that you press, the first thing you get when you press, and if you push shift you get the other thing on top. So that's in case you don't know. But now that you do, that's going to actually be in the regular expression where you have to find it, and if it's there, it will exclude this weapon from the list. So the N stands for not, and then you have the little thing to separate it, and then you got the weapon. So, yeah, that works. And it's captured using a regular expression, so it's a very useful tool, if you ask me. Anyways, let's get back to what we were supposed to do. So now we've got the bipod. Copy that, put that here, and call it x22 scope. Then we'll do x22 scope regular. And this is going to be called optics. These are optics. So it goes in the optics node. Or site node, should I say. Now it does have extra data in it. Keep that in mind. So let's see, an attachment that can be used to same persistent aiming on a mountable area. No, this is a sniper scope that magnifies the vantage point, or actually not vantage point, viewpoint by 22 times. Yeah. It magnifies to that point, and that would mean FOV equals what? Well, let's look. According to my findings, the max zoom is actually going to be it's going to be 10. So that means it will be FOV equals 10. It's a pretty high magnification. So it magnifies by 22 times, and you can usually fit this on L96, AS50, and I think that's good. Oh, another thing I'm going to do is this. I'm going to do zoom equals 10, and then scope ID. This is for like really special stuff. Now, in order to do this, you probably have to send it to a remote event that will be included. This is the only time that the remote service thing that's powering this is bypassed. Because, you know, yeah. So that's the only time when it's bypassed. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to figure something out here. So what is actually the scope ID? Let me get it. I see. It's this. I forgot. Anyways, I'm going to put that there. That's the scope ID. In fact, put it as a number so we can use it. And basically, we've done it. Everything's good. Even though that scope needs to be changed, I still think that we can use a color scheme or something for the night vision. Yeah, this is going to change. Now, black scope is true for this. so that we can use it. Even though it's an open scope, I still think it's a black scope, kind of. So the zoom is 10, and that's it. You don't need the scope ID, because the scope ID is really crappy, and I don't like that. Anyways, I think we got it. You'll see what I mean at the end, how this works. Here's a Scar L. We can fit a camo on that. But if you wanted to go back, you could just click this. Now it's already supposed to go on the L96, so in that case, let me make one. I'll be right back when I do. Just so you guys know, there's actually a couple of guys who on the Work Studio, so you might not see anything yet, but if you do see something there you have it. Anyways, I'll be right back when I'm done. Alright guys, I know that was a long time, but we're back. So, here's what we're going to do. The first thing we're actually going to do is I've got the L96 in this case, so we're going to actually test this out. So let's see if we got it in Recon. It should be in Recon. Nope, it's not in Recon yet. Forgot to add it in the test. It's the menu server, so I want to do L96. And there's your carbon. Huh, that's weird. Oh, right, I forgot. Gotta change this for a minute. So I'm going to change this to sniper. So I go there. There's your sniper. As you can see, this is the L96. So now I'm going to actually look at it. Okay, you can't put camos on it yet, but you can put attachments. Oh yeah, black scope. You also have to have the word black scope, so I'm going to put that in. Go and delete current scope and put in black scope. Full value. Call it black scope. Alright, and that, when that changes, everything changes. So let's see how that all works. I'm going to go to Recon, select the L96, go to Attachments, and select this x22 scope. And nothing happens, which is weird. Black scope is not a valid member of model. I think I can fix that. Put that in L96. Oh wow, I forgot. Here we go, black scope. It's supposed to be in both. So it's mainly supposed to go on snipers. So in that case, you got this. Not going to use camos because it's not fitted for camos yet. This is what we get in terms of the black scope. It's not good enough. It's apparently ingrained into the thing. So I'm going to fix that. Find the site node first. If you go up, you'll find it. And basically the site node is not aligned correctly. So in that case, move it over just a tad bit and move it upward so that you can be able to use it. So now that that's done, we can go back, take all these parts, except for black scope. And put that in the L96. So I'm going to take main part, camo and stuff. Move that out the way. This is the first that I've ever tried using the L96. Sheesh. It is a first. But it's gonna be just fine. So basically we've got black scope down there, and I think we fixed it. So let's see if we can just put it back. Now, if the barrel node is having problems, we're going to fix that too. So, yeah. I'm going to go to Recon, L96 is a sniper, go to Attachments, x22 scope, and does it fit? Let's see. It fits perfectly. Yes, it fits quite well. Put a suppressor on there. If I were to clear the customizations, it would be right there. Maybe a little bit offsetted, but it's fine. As you can see, I can still use it. It's just not on the rail right. You're wondering if it's on the rail right. Well, I would say that it kind of is. I mean, it also looks very familiar. So you clear the customizations, it's the same scope. It just so happens that this scope is going on the L96 or Precision Magnum. You can also fit other scopes on there too, such as the EOTech. Which is kind of cool to have an EOTech sniper, isn't it? And then you've got the ACOG, which goes back here. You've got a regular laser sight, which should have been upward. I think I'll fix that now. But we just added one of the weapons in the game. Now, pretty soon I'll stop the stream and actually get started on, well, not pretty soon, but soon I'll actually start on doing that. And if we don't get to the RPK today, we can get to it tomorrow in episode 15. But other than that, I would say this gun is amazing already. Now this bipod will also need a fix. If we're going to use it, we should be able to do more with it. So, just saying. Anyways, let's get to moving that laser sight up. The underbarrel node is supposed to move a little bit upward, like right there. Like maybe like right there. It's better. Yes. That's so much better. I'm going to move that up, and then I'm going to move this up as well. You can find the node. Oops, I think I got the wrong one. But it's supposed to be, the position is supposed to be pretty much the same as this, because you want to make sure that you have the right way of doing it. So do that, and done. So now, we can put the L96 back for now. We're going to see about the barrel node as well. I think the barrel node also has to be fixed because that node is like a special node. So I'm going to go back to Recon. And I'm going to do L96, Sniper. Attachments, Scope, EOTech hollow sight. Actually, the sight is better. And then the regular laser, as you can see, fits onto the under part of the barrel, or the stock, should I say. You can also use it as for the gun bipod, but I think that this bipod is going to have to go. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is a gun bipod, so you can use that. Oh wait, you can't use it. It's on the other side, as you can see. So, yeah. So I'm going to clear my customizations. Apparently we've got an error, but I think I can fix that. So we can get into it now and actually fix it. Well, I'll probably fix it next time because it's getting a little bit, I would call it late by my standards. But anyways, I've added the L96, and pretty soon it should be in Crossroads Warfare campaign, as well as the tutorial. Like, you'll also be able to use it in the sniper trials. So I got that and that. Regular laser, suppressor. Now let's fix this node before we go, because the only one we've added so far is the L96. I think I'll make this episode 14 part 2. I think. Yeah, 14 dot, I think either 5 or 3.3. 14.1. How about that? 14.1 is better. And I'm not even going to worry about this yet, because that's going to be done later when we actually get the sniper. It's eject shell and other components that will make it work like a sniper. So let's do it. See if I can find the A part. I think this is good, but the barrel node isn't. It's right on top of this. So I'm going to move it inward like that. So I got the L96 done. Now all I need to do is copy the position. Then I go downward and we find the L96, the barrel node inside the L96, and we put that here. So now let's check it out and see if it actually works. So let's see, regular. We'll put that scope on, even though it looks exactly the same, which is weird. I thought it was different. Suppressor, it looks integrated to me. Even though something could say otherwise, I still think that the suppressor is really good. Okay, and then we have the regular laser. The laser sight will definitely help when sniping, so remember to use this if you want to get the most kills. Well, actually, if you want to get the most kills, but if you just want more accurate kills. You can use the ACOG, the EOTech, anything like that. But then we've also got the suppressor, which is now correctly put on the gun. So yeah, we did that. Now, one last thing before I go is that I will actually put on some camos. So let me find the texture object. Okay, found one. Or found 6, actually. 6 of them. Alright, so then we got that, and then I'm going to put it all on these camo objects. Camo, camo. Alright, so now we get to customize our weapon with camos. Next time you should see it working. So I'm going to go to Recon, select Sniper, I'm going to put this camo on it. Interesting, there's no... That's weird. I don't see the camo being applied. Oh, wait. Got it. This is inside the item. We have to do it inside of this. So let me just grab one of these. So that'll be 5 or 6 of them. Camo, camo. Camo, camo. Alright, let's try it now. It should be working. So Recon, L96. And won't you look at that? Black and white stripes on a gun like this. Isn't that interesting? Now if you wanted to change your camo, you could go to Leafy. You can do black and white hexagons, just stretch rust, which is stretched, graffiti, do neon green, clear customizations, original material. Really? Let's go to that and actually fix that, because we were supposed to do that last time, which was like a week ago. But now I'm like, what? Let's see where it's at. Original, not original. Original material. Destroy, and then it's done. So now I think we fixed it. Now I said I was going to work out some kinks, which we will do next time in the next part of this episode. That's right, I'm dividing this episode into parts. And as you can see, camo's been cleared. So I'm going to put that on there, clear customizations, and put it back on there. It would look kind of cool, wouldn't you think so? So I think it's actually kind of cool that we actually have this camo. So now I'm wondering what's next. Well, we've done the camos, we've done mostly everything we needed to do. So in that case, I think I'm going to end it off here. We will be doing the RPK next time, which is going to be quite amazing. The RPK we're going to be doing or previewing the L96 that's finished, and then that's it. So yeah. So anyways, guys, it's been me, Aranos12, saying I'm signing off, and I will see you guys next time. So in that case, cheers.